Hey guys, MadMongerGirl01 here, and so I haven't made a video in like 2 weeks. One, school started and I've been very tired after school because I'm not used to getting up at 6, like you guys know, or maybe you didn't. During the summer, I go to bed at 3 and I wake up at 2:30. That is honestly what I did for like 2 months, I swear to God. And this is not easy, but I'm entering like my 3rd week of school, which I only get 3 days because we are taking Friday off to go to Umicon, which it starts at like 12, so technically we could go to school for like most of the day and then leave at lunch, but then we would be late for opening ceremony, and that has just not happened. Plus, I want to make sure that we have everything together and that they know what we're doing, because I don't want them to because my friends are going and, whatever. Very excited, and then tomorrow's Labor Day. But anyway, let's start off with this question stuff. Is SAO any good? The dub is not good, personally, I think, because I watched the sub first, so to me the dub is not very good, and I can't stop thinking of Maso Mikita from Durarararararara. I honestly don't know how many raws that has, but I just can't stop thinking of Masomi, and it kind of ruins it, because it's like him screaming is just like not right. Like, where's your yellow scarf? And then the next question 2, Guilty Crown versus SAO, and I would have to say Guilty Crown, because SAO is good because it's like, you're in the video game, and if you die in the video game, you die in life. And that's kind of like really scary to think about. So that like gets you into it, and episode 3 is just like a heartbreaker. Like, oh my god, how do you even animate that without crying? And but it gets kind of stereotypical, because there's like this harem thing that starts to form around Kirito, and it's just like, what is this shit? Like, I don't know this, even though it is, good, it kind of gets into stereotypical shit, and it's just like, no, you want to watch. But with Guilty Crown, it's kind of like Shu and Inori the whole way. But honestly, I haven't watched that series in like 2 years. But I don't know if I'm gonna watch the dub. So yeah. Question 4. No wait, question 3. Favorite anime of 2013. I can't talk, but you're just gonna have to deal. Favorite anime of 2013 so far? Well, I gotta say, I am loving Free, but Attack on Titan's totally badass. But for some reason, I really like Bloodlad. And I don't know why. Probably it's just because, like, there's a vampire otaku demon lord of one section of Demon World, and it's just like, ha. But Attack on Titan is just amazing. Like, my ex-boyfriend watched it, and he was totally amazed, and he doesn't watch anime, and then there's his friend, and he doesn't watch anime, and he was totally into it, and, it's just something you can, like, get a million people into at once, and they'd love it. And for Free just has a bunch of sexy boys in it, walking around with no clothes on. How do you not love that? That, and just, it's so shippable, like, you can just connect all these dots. It's just so fun to watch, because you're like, girl, did you see what he just did to your man? And it's so fun to watch for, otaku girls who are into yaoi that will ship boys with boys, so that's why I love it so much. But, it's so good. I can't stop watching it. New episodes every Wednesday. What anime made you an otaku, or a big anime fan, or whatever? Probably not a lot of people are gonna know this one, but Nanaka 6/17, and that one, and probably Full Metal Alchemist. Of course, Sailor Moon's always gonna be one of those, but, probably Nautica 6/17, because I was watching it and I was just like, this is so cute, I love it! And, thinking back on it, it was a lot more entertaining to me now than it would have been past time, because as you get more into anime and manga, you understand more jokes and stuff. Like, there's this one pun in Kuroko no Basketball, and it's like, steak is amazing, but in Japanese it's steiki wa steki. And it's just so damn funny. But yeah, it's probably gonna be Nanaka 617, just because I was watching it. I was like, I love this stuff. What is it? And then I totally got into it. But Anime News Network brought me into this world, and Chia Anime is where I am right now. So whatever. Question 5: Who is your favorite anime character of all time? Lelouch v Britannia. Just all hail Lelouch forever. You can't make me hate him. You could tell me that he murdered way more people than he already did, and I'd still love him. Why? Just because he's such a good guy. Even though he's seen as a villain, he did everything for the good of more people. Like, I think he did more good for people than he did the bad for. He's a great big brother. He did all that for his sister, who is crippled and blind. He's just wonderful. I can't hate him. That, and he's cute. And then I watched the dub, so Johnny Young Bosch, who is like the sexiest voice ever, he voiced him, and it was just like, your crazy laugh, man. Marry me. And laugh all the time. So, Lelouch. All hail. Question 6. Will you ever show us more of your artwork? When I find less shitty stuff, because right now I'm kind of in a slump, but I'm kind of getting out of the slump, and I have my sketchbook right here, so here's the quickie. It's nothing special. I think I have a colored something somewhere. I'll show you real quick if I find it. Sometimes I like to review that. There you go, people. I can't draw figures very well, but there's some. I'll find some less shitty stuff for you guys, and I'll make a video if I feel like it, or if I can figure out how to draw with a camera. So yeah. KD Hayes 21 asks, how do you decide on what manga to get into? And I found this question very intriguing, and that's why I wrote down your name. But it matters how you're looking at your manga, or how you're buying it, or whatever. If you are on a manga online website where you can read the manga that's scanned and translated online, then you can obviously search whatever kind of genre you want. You could click romance, action, HE, and that it'll come up with everything that has those. You can subtract things, like for example, when I search romances, I take Yuri out because I don't really want to read about a Yuri, but whatever. So there's that if you're reading it online. If you're buying things solely online, don't do that, because I bought Calling, which is one of my always up there, and I like it okay, and I like the artist, but I don't like that story in particular too much, just because I just don't like the art. It lost me over the time. But I didn't really look at it, but now every time that I am going to buy something that doesn't have a lot of reviews or something, just Google it and you can see the inner artwork and some of the story, and but obviously if you're in a bookstore, you can pick out the volume that you're going to buy. You can look at the cover, flip it, because the front is over here, so you flip it around, and you can read whatever is on the back, and you can look at the cover art, and you can flip through it, and you can see if this is worth your money that you want to buy it. You can read entire volumes of manga in stores, which honestly, I don't really want people to do that unless I can afford it, because sometimes the manga just gets damaged because some people just read it and it's like they bend the entire cover back, which you shouldn't do with any book. But you get to flip and things, but honestly the best thing is to have the book in your hands and see if you want to buy it, because you can see it in store and say that you want to buy it, and then you can buy it online, because online will always be cheaper. So, moving on, Jalemu98, who I am chatting with, what is your favorite anime / manga? And I'm assuming you mean both as together as one. And this one was hard for me to come up with, because I like a lot of animes and I like a lot of mangas, but they're really different, so I'm going to go with 2 of them. So just 2 choices, because I am indecisive. Indecisive. Worked. Probably Ouran High School Host Club, because I love the manga, and I love the anime, but they're really different. Even each arc that's in the manga is just ever so changed in the anime, but it's still really good. The only big problem that I have with the anime is, one, it was not long enough at all, because that story could have gone so much more. And they took out Mori Senpai's little brother, Satoshi? I think that was his name. I can't remember. But they took out Mori Senpai's little brother, who is supposed to be with Chika, who is Mitsukune's little brother. And they just totally took him out of the series. Like, he wasn't there at all. Like, I didn't even know. When I found out, I freaked. I freaked because I did not know at all. And honestly, I don't like when they take out characters, and I don't like when they put characters in. Oh wait, I'm gonna change that quota from 2 to 3. Next you have Blue Exorcist, which the manga and the anime, they really match up until like those last few episodes where they ended the series. And that series could have been continued, but I kind of liked where it ended, even though Yukio does not turn into a demon, which I'm very excited to see what happens with that, because, you know, he's just gotta. I mean, he's the son of Satan, too. But I think those are very on equal ground with each other, and I like that. You know, equally scary, actiony, there's just enough girly parts to satisfy men and to keep me into it. Because, yeah, I will explain that later. And then last one would be Cardcaptor Sakura, because I have the big omnibuses up there, and I love them. I love them. But the anime, I think, is a little bit better than the manga, because the anime did 52 cards instead of 19, which, you know, like 52 in a deck, so like that made me really happy. It had a lot more moments with Sakura and Xiaodan. The only problem I have with the anime, though, is that they added that extra character, Meirin. That's not her name. That's not her name at all. Started with an M. But anyway, they added her in. It just kind of killed it, because she was like, no, Xiaodan's mine. It's like, you don't even fucking exist, bitch. Get out. But, you know, I think they're on equal footing, too. They're both good. So those are those rants.